You're the CEO of a D&I company who focuses on this. What are if there was one thought that came to mind right now and said, how do we build Black ecosystems? What would it be?
So, it's so complex, especially given the preface that you just shared. There is a calcified, very rigid, very opaque, thick reality within which Black hopes and dreams must find themselves. Like, how do we navigate and give life to the manifestation of our hopes and dreams? And it's almost always been entirely dependent on the white letting of resources in order to activate those. So I'm in full agreement that there's an economic, if not ideological, reality that has to mandate almost a bounty of Black resources available to activate the fullness of Black and brown potency and the manifestation of the way that we dream and the way that we hope. So I guess I'd say, to boil it all down, on some level, it's mindset. It is the belief and the expectation that Black and brown people ought and must and deserve full access to the fundamentals of our economy and the American dream. I think that somewhere in the recesses of all of our minds, many of us still don't really believe that. We believe it on some level as a lofty goal. Maybe we feel like it's unattainable. It's way too complicated to get to it. But I think that just understanding that it is necessary, and not just to remediate all the ills of slavery and all the ills of the various ways that marginalization, muting, stunting, and diminishment of Black and brown has manifested, but it's also for a macroeconomic well-being, given the demographic trends, right? So what I talk about a lot in my work is that it is an unsustainable model to think about cultivating a civilized society where the majority of your citizen body is exempted from the fundamentals of how the economy works. So said differently, we have only known, since we humans have been traversing this country, traversing this world, we have only known a narrative that has assigned deficit to Black and brown existence. That's manifested differently. In some ways, it's slightly less watered down than arguably it has been in the past, but we have never been free. We've been free-ish. And so there's a cost, though, to that when you think about the browning of the country. We talk about that a lot. Like, people are always like, 2045, will be majority, minority, blah, 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 and we end the sentence there. But then what does that mean economically for all of us? All human beings, all of us, to live in a society where the majority of our citizens have only contextualized their way into mattering. It's almost like an apartheid model. So anyway, I think I'd say that just the understanding, the belief system, not just with Black and brown, but among all of us, that, as John Yarmuth has said before, it is in all of our best interests that Black and brown America thrive.